Hi, and welcome to Stamp with Jini. Today I'm going to share with you how I got started using the Butterfly Brilliance Bundle of products. This product bundle comes not only with a large stamp containing 6 butterflies, but also these 2 sheets of wonderful dies. So let me set this aside and I'll show you how I got started. Getting started with the Butterfly Brilliance stamp, I like to use my Stamparatus. I find this option gives me the ability to stamp my image repeatedly if it doesn't stamp clearly the first time. And since it's a large image, that can happen. So I've got my stamp placed onto my Stamparatus plate, and I am going to ink this up with my Memento ink. I've got my grid paper on the base so that I can stamp directly onto it, so I have a visual of where I need to be. Now, just like any stamp, you do need to apply some pressure, and since this is a large one, you can even use your palm to do so. And as you can see, I did not get a clear image on this corner butterfly, so I'm going to set that back down and press a little bit more. There we go. The first technique is spot stamping. So let's say I want this butterfly right here. I'm going to bring in my basic white piece of cardstock and I'm going to lay it over the top. And I'm going to just tack that piece down with my magnet. I'm going to bring in my Memento and I'm going to ink up the corresponding butterfly on my stamp. Once I have that done, I can close my Stamparatus and press. There we go, one of the butterflies, and I'm ready to die cut that and use it as needed. The next way to use this stamp is to stamp it all at one time. So I'm going to bring in my basic white piece of cardstock and I'm going to line it up here halfway through the square. I want to make sure I've got all of the butterflies covered, and I want to make sure I have some room around them to die cut, and I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to straighten that out a little bit. I'm going to take my magnet and set it on the side here so that it's not in the way of my images. And I'm going to ink up the butterflies with my Memento. I'm using the Memento because I'm planning to use my blends to color these butterflies. And I am going to stamp right there onto that piece of white cardstock. There we go. I have a beautiful image of all the butterflies, and I'm ready to color these and then cut them out. So let me show you a quick tip for cutting the butterflies out with these lovely dies. This die set comes with 2 sheets of dies. Not only does it come with these detailed dies that we're not going to be using for this demonstration, but it also comes with a second sheet that has this wonderful die that cuts the entire sheet of butterflies out at one time, along with some great background images and some more butterflies that you can use. Okay, first I'm going to create a mask, and all I've done is run this piece of cardstock through using my butterfly die to make this cutout mask image. At this point, I'm going to bring in my stamped image and I'm going to set my die mask on top of this. What I'm doing is looking to line up all the little antennae and wings so that I've got a nice even edge going all the way around. I'm going to bring in my die next and slide it on top of here. And you're going to feel this lock in to the mask and not move easily once you have it on there. Now you can put a piece of washi tape or painter's tape on top to hold that if you'd like, but I think I'll be okay just by putting the plate on top, lifting my sandwich carefully, and bringing in my Stampin' Cut in a boss machine and rolling it through. Once I've got that done, I can lift that top cutting plate and remove my mask, and I'll have these beautiful butterflies all cut perfectly. There you go. I've got all my butterflies cut where they are going around the antennae with no problem, and they look wonderful. I think you're going to really enjoy this Butterfly Brilliance bundle of products. It's a lot of fun to work with. If you'd like any of these products, feel free to stop by my online store. You can get there from my blog, Stamp with Jini. Thanks for joining me.